The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Well, it's turning into a Crimes with Kenzie Friday here, actually, when we just talked about a girl who checked in there and talked about having experience with R. Kelly that no one believes at the Oak Brook Mall when she was 14. And thank God her dad was there, to be a good dad. And, hey, this is getting weird.
So she saw him, if you missed the call, because it was a crazy call. So she saw him at Victoria's Secret with a girl who was definitely in her age range, and she was 14. And he said, I'm just taking my niece shopping, is what he said.
Oh.
She asked for a picture. He said no, but he'd signed something. And then he started asking how old they all were. And the dad stepped in and was like, let's, leave.
Yeah.
And then we just got a text from Melinda. So another girl said, I had the exact, in all capital letters, same R. Kelly experience in Charlotte Russe at Woodfield Mall.
Oh, my
which
God.
is my fave mall, by the way.
That's a good one.
He was in an entourage of 3 super young girls, in all caps. Same thing. No photos, but he'll sign something. And what was funny, so I'm telling Brian, everyone said they saw him at the Rock and Roll McDonald's a lot, outside schools a lot, and now there's tons of mall stories. And Brian's like, well, everybody used to hang out at the mall. I'm like, not adults.
Yeah.
It was a teen. Yes,
I was thinking of myself
in junior high and high school.
Yeah, malls used to be popping.
Yeah, that's where you would go because you can't get in places, and you could dropped off for hours if you couldn't drive. You could go to the food court.
Right.
He really did immerse himself in super young environments. He's in Victoria's Secret and Charlotte Russe. Oh my God.
People keep having these stories come in from Woodfield Mall, Oak Brook Mall, maybe even, we haven't heard from Old Orchard yet.
We haven't heard from Old Orchard.
Now I just want
It had
Cinnamon.
the word old in it. Maybe he didn't go.
We ain't going there.
He's like, this is not for me.
That is not my wheelhouse. I want Cinnabon now, though. Talking about malls.
Yeah, remember the Cinnabon stops? So good. I feel like everybody would get Panda Express, Jamba Juice, and Cinnabon.
Cinnabon. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot. It's 8 o'clock. Let's give away some tickets. You can something eat wonderfully outside the Aragon. There was so much good food leaving there. All the people that sell the tamales and the tacos and
Oh, you know what though? I want to shout this out. I've been wanting to do this all week.
Okay, before we do the ticket giveaway, here we go.
Yes. Okay. So if you're going today, if you win these tickets, all that action, right?
Yeah.
So if you are going tonight and you want to eat before or after, because they stay open late on concert nights, so all week, Fiesta Mexicana is about a 2.5-minute walk from the Aragon Ballroom. Kickin' Mexican food, little family-owned spot, super cute, not bougie. We are here for it. We are here for some good chili relano, and we love it. Okay, it is kicking. So that's there's only a few restaurant options out here before you have to drive somewhere.
Yeah,
and I'm telling you, that's certified delicious.
Kenzie certified.
I love that place.
I left last night after Bleachers, and I had to just get out to our Uber before trying to all the people that were cooking up all the delicious tacos, tamales, and I'm like, I can't eat it right now because then I'm gonna be I'll be burping up all night acid. You know what I mean?
Ew.
I know it happens. It happens.
Yikes.
Also, the place Kenzie's talking about, right next to the Green Mill, right? That's a good landmark place right there to go through.
Literally, if you're walking out of the Aragon and you go right.
Yeah.
You'll see it
Can't
after
miss
about
it.
4 seconds.
Now, we'll be at the Uptown Lounge tonight starting at 5, hanging out for a pre-party.
Uptown Lounge.
We'll be at the Uptown Lounge. That'll be 5 o'clock right before the show tonight. 312-591-8300. You will be there if you're caller 10 right now for the Gaslight Anthem and Young the Giant and Little Image. That is tonight. Our great friends at Heineken and Byline Bank and Triton College all help put on Q101's Twisted Christmas.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And, of course, tonight, the finale night of Q101 Twisted Christmas. And this kind of, ends a little bit the concert season, the year. We'll look back on stuff in the last couple of weeks. But you really look back on what happened with Q101 this year and what you guys did coming to all the stuff we threw out there. It's overwhelming.
Rattle them off.
I can't.
Bush at the Salt Shed.
Yup.
Pierce the Veil at Cubby Bear.
Yup.
The Revivalists at the Forge and Lamont Quarries.
Yup.
Jesse Reyes at Reggie's.
See, we can go. It'll take 20 minutes.
All right.
I mean, that's why I didn't want to.
We're getting pretty close.
Yeah, was that July?
I mean, we didn't even. I mean, just so much stuff that was. You look back at it, a pause. We can keep moving forward and fast,
Weathers.
right? Thanks, Kenzie. Good job.
Lovejoy, a few weeks ago, or Group Love. I get them very confused.
Group Love a month ago, Lovejoy 2 nights ago.
Very confusing for me.
Bleachers. All the love. Group love.
We're missing one.
We've missed about 58. That's what we've missed right now.
No.
We've done a hell of a lot to bring the music to the people. But next year, let's look forward a little bit. Let's pause for a minute and look at next year and what's coming up on July 20th in Tinley Park at Credit Union 1 Amphitheater, which they call it right now. Case, what is that?
It is the Loserville 2024 tour with acts like Corey Feldman, Bones, Riff Raff as the MC, and most importantly, your headlining act, Limp Bizkit.
Do it, Limp Bizkit.
Boom, baby.
Fred, coming back around, and the pre-sale actually already started, and the tickets go on sale today.
At 10, yes.
At 10 a.m., and we will have free tickets all next week here with Brian and Kenzie on Q101 for the Limp Bizkit Show.
At 8 a.m. So if you're listening right now, you're in that ballpark. Be sure you're here at 8 a.m. Monday through Friday next week.
Yeah, it's going to be an epic party. It seems weird that 2001 is coming back with a Creed tour next year, with Limp Bizkit coming back. The nostalgia is just oozing all over Chicago, and I'm all here for it. I'm ready. I'm on board.
These are your guys.
And also, to go back and all the stuff that Limp Bizkit did with Q101 back when I was Sludge on the afternoons there. They owned the world for about 18 months. There's no question. They were on the news and MTV and everywhere, all over Q101. It was a complete domination for a good about 18 months, maybe even a little bit longer.
What do you mean they were on the news? Were they on CNN?
They were absolutely on local news when they did a takeover at Q101 where Fred Durst would call up my show at one point. There was one day where they were going to do a private concert, or not a private one, it was on a rooftop. And they called up every half hour, Fred did, and gave out hints to where it would be in downtown Chicago. And this is pre-social media, so you had to just be on standby. You couldn't prepare for it. Like people, at Lovejoy the other night, camping out 24 hours, knowing Lovejoy was going to perform at the Aragon. No one knew where it was going to be. There were thousands of people running through Chicago every hint I gave out, and Fred would call up, and they were very vague. They were very rough, so people were running just scattered.
He's not good with directions.
No, gave out like ants. And then he really got kind of...
It's a tall building.
Yeah.
Damn it.
Well, he kind of got upset when people weren't getting it later on. And I'm going, dude, these clues are vague. You can't say it's near the lake.
I see a taxi.
It ended up on the roof of the old Wax Trax Records on Ashland. And it got shut down. The police, 800 cops go over there. They didn't know about it. No one knew. And they played about 3 songs and got the hell out of there and before they could get arrested. And
That's incredible.
Then all those people, it was an incredible moment. It really was. It's so cool that you could do that kind of stuff. And now things would leak out. I don't think you could pull that kind of stuff off anymore.
I don't know.
Well, we'll see. You know what we need to do is bring Fred in and try it again.
I'm working on it.
Oh, you are?
Yes.
Kenzie, he's working on Fred Durst.
Oh, like to hang out with him?
That's the thing. I'm trying to get a hangout session, then I'll have him do the morning show.
Oh, you're trying to get him to come here.
I'm trying to get him to come here.
Good luck. We should just give him clues about where the studio is.
Come on in, Fred. You're familiar with ABC and CBS and Fox? It's not those.
That's a pretty big hint, you idiot.
What's the building? Yeah. Well, we want to make sure he finds it. He's bad with directions.
Yeah.
The NBC Tower.
We're near a hotel. That would be like his kind of hint.
That's his kind of hint. So those tickets next week, all next week with Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Let's get you ready for that show. Let's go. It's Friday. It's Brian and Kenzie on Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
Brian and Kenzie on Q101. And I don't know if I debated reading this or not, but it's something that we might need an expert, one of our veterinarian experts on, because I didn't know this was possible. And Case, where did you find this hamster post?
This was on Reddit. We talked about Reddit a few weeks ago where I was on the Monster Energy drink subreddit reading up on the latest monster news.
Yeah.
This, and I will say this was purely because it popped up on my feed and I thought it was funny, was on the r/teenagers Reddit. So, I don't love the way it sounds coming out of my mouth, but it was
R-rated teenagers?
No. r/Reddit/teenagers.
Meaning that's what's all
I'm
teenage.
like, why were you on R-rated teenagers case?
Well, we just didn't talk about R. Kelly.
Yeah. So me and R. Kelly were at the mall. No. This was I don't know why it popped up in my feed.
It's
just
very defensive right now.
A group called Reddit
Very
Teenagers.
defensive.
And they left this message.
Okay, so here is the message. And it's titled, "My Hamster Exploded."
What?
my hamster exploded.
Is it like slang?
I wish it was. So it's labeled my hamster exploded, and then it says rant. Okay, so here we go. I've been crying in my room for 2 hours now. I was making some salad dressing in the kitchen with my pet hamster, Manny. Parentheses, I let him roam around. My sister and her friends were also in there doing something. I spilled a bottle of vinegar, so I left to get a towel. And when I came back, Manny was drinking it. I didn't think anything of it.
Wait, you spilled a bottle of
Vinegar. I didn't think anything of it at all, so I let him help me clean it up. You know, like a dog picks up snacks on the floor, and Manny the hamster was
lazy ass
licking up.
hamsters and everything.
She was wiping the vinegar up, but Manny kept drinking the vinegar.
Oh, that's like he's just slanging vinegar, throwing vinegar back.
I guess so.
My God.
I know. All of a sudden, Manny starts acting really weird. She doesn't clarify exactly. He's normally full of energy, but he was just sitting still. Everyone gathered around him to try to figure out what was wrong. So I want you to picture that. Everybody in the
How
house.
many people were there?
Well, it was her and...
And why'd they just stare at him?
Well, what are you going to do to a hamster?
You saw him just drink a bottle of vinegar and now he doesn't look good. Bring him somewhere.
So her sister...
Help Manny.
Her sister and her friends, so I don't know, let's say there's 4 or 5 people standing around a still hamster. Suddenly, we hear a fizzling noise coming from inside Manny. Ken's going to cry. I didn't mean to do this. She's actually crying. I'm sorry. I got to finish it now. He started expanding. That's what happened right there, Kenzie. He let out a final squeak and he bursted.
Oh, I'm really upset.
Kenzie's really... I didn't mean to do this. You're pregnant, all these different emotions coming.
Why would you do that to your hamster?
She's crying.
That is so mean.
Well, I don't know. I don't know if they maliciously did anything
No, it
to
was
their
an
hamster.
I know, but they just sat there.
Sometimes being a bystander is the biggest offense you can have.
This is so mean.
See something, say something, do something, we always say here on the show. Her sister and her friends all started screaming and crying, kind of like Kenzie's doing right now.
Oh, my God.
I ran up and got my dad, and he cleaned it up. That was nice.
Finally, somebody wants to work.
Yeah,
They didn't do anything.
No. We looked in the pantry, and apparently Manny got into the baking soda and ate a bunch of that. So it was the combination of the baking soda. They didn't know. The vinegar...
Is anybody watching this hamster?
Where it's inside basically like a Mentos and Coke. It seems like a horrible
You guys
combination.
stop.
It's exactly what happened. And this poor girl says she's traumatized now. But I'm curious, you
How the hell did he get Mentos and no one saw it?
is this true? If there's a veterinarian out there, a medical expert, that the combination of baking soda and vinegar could cause an explosion? Kenzie, this might be made up. It's on Reddit. Who knows? So that's why I want to know for sure. I want to verify. We don't know the answer to this. And at 312-591-8300, if someone knows.
I just imagine a little chubby face.
I know.
Oh, my God.
Well, if you want to say something to Manny right now as he's looking down.
I just feel so he deserved better owners. You know, it's not right.
He did.
It's just not right.
Yep.
He never harmed anyone. He was such a good neighbor.
He's just trying to help clean up.
It's such a shame you went so soon.
I don't know why. Like, what? How does he get into baking soda and vinegar? Just nobody cares about Manny.
Did they have dynamite laying around?
Jesus.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.
All right, it's Brian and Kenzie on Q101. Kenzie actually had to leave the room after that conversation case because I guess talking about a hamster that explodes is not good for a pregnant lady. When you think about...
Everybody's so sensitive nowadays. Can't even talk about an exploding hamster. Everybody gets emotional.
So this was a Reddit thread. We're trying to verify if it's real or not because they talk about, this girl talks about her hamster eating vinegar, drinking up vinegar from making salad dressing, but they didn't find out till later the hamster also ate baking soda. And then it slowly fizzled up and exploded.
Here's my question to you. Moral dilemma and be honest.
Okay.
Do you want this to be real?
Yes.
Okay. I'm so happy to work with you. I'm so glad you're on.
Well, listen, and I'm not going to be a hypocrite and say I hope it's fake because, of course, it's terrible and I love animals.
Yeah, no, it's awful.
It's awful.
But
crazy, crazy, and I want to know so we educate people to not leave this stuff laying around.
yes, we have our crossover with hamster owners is huge. This is basically a PSA.
Yes, David's checking in from Riverside. David, ahoy! What's up?
Hi, first time caller. I'm not first time caller. I've been trying to get through the weeks. A long time listener. I've been listening to Q101 since the early '80s. Okay.
Right on. Appreciate you.
Love it.
Okay. Okay. Here's the deal. In third grade science class, my best friend and I made a volcano. Go online or go to any store. You can actually buy a kit. It's actually just baking soda and vinegar. You build the volcano. We built it out of paper mache, like in the movie, Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Same thing with the drivers. We did it, and you put the baking soda in first, you pour the vinegar. It bubbles over. So I fully understand how this poor hamster ate one and then the other, and then exploded. It was natural. There was no place for the foaming liquid to go except inside his stomach, and it was tragic. The pressure alone probably killed him instantly.
Oh my God!
Oh my God, it was read like a news report.
It really was.
It's like the first time volcano has ever been used as an adjective. He was basically saying the hamster was volcanoed, and thus he met his fateful demise.
Yeah, right. Tom Brokaw over here telling us everything.
Walter Cronkite checking in this morning.
Well, thank you for checking in on that. So Dakota's also checking in. Dakota, ahoy, welcome in.
Ahoy, good morning.
We understand it's a terrible story, and Kenzie still hasn't come back from the bathroom, so I'm a little worried about her.
She'll be okay. The good news is Dakota's a hamster expert.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Dakota, you still there?
Hi.
Oh, we got you.
We're here.
Yes. Okay. So Dakota, the hamster expert, go ahead and explain what maybe or maybe not happened here.
Okay, well, first and foremost, we have had a plethora of hamsters, but this has none of these things that have happened, I'm going to say, have happened to me personally, but I have known people who it has happened to. And so, first of all, I believe that this did happen, which is why I'm also mortified, because that's absolutely possible. Second of all, there was somebody who was shaking a garbage bag, like to replace the garbage bin, and shaking it was loud enough to spook the hamster, and it died like almost instantly.
Just a spooking?
Yeah. They're like fragile. I told Kate, they are like fragile little beings. So like if there is an abundance of like a sudden noise, like fireworks, that could freak them out. Because the other one passed away from a vacuum cleaner turning on.
What?
And it was like, oh yeah. So you have to be like super cautious around them because it's like they're tiny little, half an ounce little things. You can't have like things like that around them.
Well, why are hamsters the preferred pet of little kids? Because there's a lot of scary stuff that kids don't, when they play with them, they think that would even scare them to death.
I mean, fair, because they're kind of like, they usually run on their wheel or they run around like their little, bin or whatever.
Habit trails, yeah. Habit trails.
Yeah, but it's like the kids are not really necessarily playing with vacuum cleaners, I guess is a good thing. They're also not changing garbage bags because they're not doing chores like that quite yet. So I think it's kind of a safe pet for that reason.
Kenzie just returned from the bathroom because she was really upset about the Manny story and the hamster.
It literally rocked me. So there's that.
Yeah, are you okay now, though?
Okay. It's just a lot to take in. I hate when people are mean to animals because like people do this. I get it. Like people get like pets that are less responsibility for kids as they're working their way up. But that doesn't mean your kids are allowed to torture them.
Well, it was an accident.
How? You know what? The vinegar may have been an accident. How the hell did he get into a bag of baking soda?
Well,
what is going on in that household?
Listen, Harper the other day ate something off the floor and it freaked me out.
Yeah, but she's not old enough to be in charge of a pet.
Well, it was a banana pancake she dropped on the floor earlier, but she saw it again, and I thought I cleaned up the floor properly, and I just saw her go like, whoop.
And you missed the whole pancake?
It was you cut them up with a pizza cutter, so they're smaller bites.
You meant it was like a big circular pancake.
She didn't eat a whole pancake.
Like, I missed it.
You moron, she didn't eat a whole pancake.
But Kinsey, you're right. Look, it's terrible. But I just want to know if it was scientifically possible.
Well, okay, so Dakota checked in. Thank you, Dakota. And we heard from others saying this is possible because the combination of baking soda and vinegar is explosive. However,
this is the worst news I could have gotten.
No, I'm going to maybe save you here because Gigi, the chemist from Tinley Park, just checked in on the text line. She's, I'm a chemist. Mixing baking soda with vinegar causes the production of CO2 gas, expanding the stomachs. However, Do you think baking soda or vinegar tastes good? BS story. She thinks the hamster did not eat both those things.
I was going to say, I don't know why he would drink up a bunch of vinegar.
Right. But then again, I mean, are hamsters like a rat?
Sometimes they eat their children, so that's not appealing either.
I don't know. Gigi, the chemist, is saying it's BS, the story on Reddit where the hamster exploded.
I hope so. I want it to be BS.
Why don't you just go with that then?
Yeah, I believe in Gigi.
Gigi, well, she's a chemist.
I trust a chemist.
Who wouldn't believe in Gigi?
Even though a chemist in Tinley Park, is that real?
We know that no one was ever born in Tinley
That's
Park.
right, unless you're a lawn baby.
Yeah, you just to get to one of the show terms here, a lawn baby is someone that was conceived in the lawn at the concert venue at Tinley Park. That's a lawn baby going forward here.
In case anybody was confused.
Also scientific.
The Q101 Morning Crew.
On Q101.